Hello, viewers. So this is going to be not a blind reaction. I've watched this trailer 1,000 times. Of course I did. I love Pikmin 4, but I am going to analyze it because I'm that obsessed with it. I'm going to make a video of me going through this frame by frame. Not frame by frame, but scene by scene. Yeah, I'm probably one of the biggest Pikmin fans out there. That's totally not to brag. That's absolutely like to highlight my obsession with it. Um, but I'm super excited. This trailer means a lot to me. The franchise as a whole brings me a lot of joy. So I'm just gonna dive right in. Share my thoughts, my theories, whatever springs into my mind when I what the fuck? Let me change the volume. Why? No, you're too loud. All right, I can just do it this way. Anyway, Nintendo Switch game releases in less than half a year. Let's go. Right off the bat, we have what looks. It reminds me of the Sparrows from Pikmin 3. They're not the main ship. They're just a little satellite that helps scout the planet and collect things. So yeah, this is what I believe that is. Although it looks like it has enough room for one person inside. It might be kind of like the space pod that Olimar and Louis used in the Pikmin 3 Deluxe side missions. It looks about big enough for someone to float around inside. There's PNF 404. Looking as awesome as ever. So right off the bat, the main thing, the elephant in the room that everyone's talking about, uh it's no secret that PNF 404 is Earth. It's planet Earth, it's absolutely where humans once lived. But this looks a little less post-apocalyptic. This just looks like how Earth looks now. Like the bench is intact, the gate is intact, things look preserved and maintained and taken care of, which is very different from the rest of the series. The rest of the series, you've mostly been exploring ruins or things that are completely submerged. Um, Basically, no sign of human life anywhere. This is kind of contrary to that. And I wonder if there's two reasons for that. One, it's supposed to signify that humans aren't long gone during this game, or two, we're all overthinking this and they just want to look nice and pretty, and they're not really putting much thought into the status of the human race with Pikmin 4. I mean, that could totally just be it. Um, I don't really care either way as long as, like, I just don't want a person to show up. Like, could you imagine if, like, some guy showed up in a Pikmin game, like a human ass, like, dude? That would be not cool in my opinion, but, I'm not gonna think too hard about it. I mean, like it's clear that this is just literally somebody's garden who's like alive. This doesn't look post-apocalyptic to me. This looks like people are around. But if that's the case, where the fuck are they? It reminds me of the leftovers. It's almost like in the middle of a normal day, all the humans vanished. It's so weird. And of course, there's all these strange life forms that obviously aren't commingling with human life. I don't know. It's just weird. I think we're not meant to to overanalyze this. I think it's just to be cute. The main inspiration for Pikmin, after all, was Shigeru Miyamoto, the creator of the series. Was gardening, and he thought, "Hey, wouldn't it be cute if little plant guys were running around?" That's it. I think it's just supposed to be, "Hey, wouldn't it be cute if there were all these little cute little aliens running around in somebody's real life garden?" That is a fiery blowhog, one of my favorite enemies. I gotta talk about the baby Snagrits. Look at these guys. Baby Snagrits. They're so cute. Interesting, they they seem to operate above ground on their one foot. That is contrary to what we've seen of Snagglet so far. Usually their feet remain submerged and they just burrow their way through terrain. Seems to be different for these guys. We have seen pileated Snagrets. I don't know how to say that word, but they do hop around. But they're usually of the red variety. But we're not gonna think about that. Anyways, this looks like first of all, that house. It's gorgeous. Someone's living in that fucking house, dude. Anyway, we've got some things here. We've got those clay vases on the left there that have cracks in them. Later on, we'll see that they're actually destructible by using the dog-like companion Ochi. To the right of those, we see a pile of, it looks like diamonds or some kind of gemstone. Once again, something we see later. There's more breakable pots further in the background there. Yeah, as far as these baby snagrets go, they don't look dangerous, mostly because they kind of look the same size as Pikmin. Like, I wonder if they can devour Pikmin or if they're just there to be cute. I don't know. I don't know. Here we have the pod landing, containing our first look at a new captain. Look at her. So, the first question I'm asking is she Hokitation like Olimar and Louie, or is she a Kopite like Alpha, Brittany, and Charlie? Hard to say. She looks more Kopite to me because her nose is small, but then again, if we look at the ears, they look more Hokitation because they're pointy, whereas the Kopite ears are more round instead of pointy. So, could be a new species altogether. And who knows if they have any relation to the heroes of the previous games? It could be brand new people or maybe some kind of relation. Who knows? We also don't know this person's name, even though we know the name of some of her friends, as we're about to see. But yeah, it looks like she rode the space pod here, which is interesting because we'll actually see the main ship later on. It's interesting they don't ride in that ship. You would think they would, but I don't know. For up ahead, we can see a root system that seems to be blocking the way. That later on we see they actually dismantle. So that's just gonna be a new blockade for Pikmin to traverse. It seems very nice. And here we have a look at the new onion. It's kind of like a mix between the original design and the new design from Pikmin 3, so I dig it a lot. It looks less mechanical in this version, which I definitely like. I thought it was strange in Pikmin 3 that they made the Pikmin mothership almost a mechanized, because I feel like technology is beyond the Pikmin. Like I can't like picture Pikmin building electronic ships. Like that's a little strange, and I think it's weird Pikmin 3 went in that direction. So I am happy to see a more biological approach this time to the Pikmin mothership. And there in the background, I that looks like the main ship for our heroes, unlike the little escape pod, Sparrow-like thing. Looking at the text does look like the alien language we've come to know from the series so far. I don't know if there's a difference between the Hokitation language and the Kopite language, but if somebody could figure that out, like do some comparisons between Pikmin 2 and Pikmin 3, we could probably figure out if that's in line more with the Hokitation species or the Kopite species. I don't know. Or they use the same language, who fucking knows. But yeah, we've got our first Pikmin here, Red Pikmin. Always the starter. Very cute. Here we can see the onion is no longer just red. It is now blue and yellow as well. So it looks like the onion will merge into one like in Pikmin 3, which is awesome. I think it mainstreams? I think it streamlines. God, I know my words. It streamlines the process of picking out what Pikmin you want for the day. Um, Interestingly, the pink rocks around the base of the onion seem a lot like those blue gemstones off in the distance that are collectibles. So I wonder what's going on with these gems or crystals, whatever they might be. Yeah, I don't know. There's some kind of red contraption far in the back there by the bench that looks like something you might be able to collect. I'm not sure what it is. Yeah, I don't know. Very mysterious. We got some pellet posies there. Classic. Looks like the color Pikmin that you have selected at the time will be shown next to your captain, as well as how many are there. So it looks like we've got 10 red Pikmin in the squad. That's pretty nice. Let's see here. Yeah, nothing really reveals itself when the captain moves. Okay. So the new feature, one of the things they wanted to highlight about this game is just the camera's perspective. Instead of a top-down view, it's more of a ground level view, which I don't really mind. I mean, I think it's fine. It allows for a more creative backdrop. We've got the house in the distance, some trees, whereas before we didn't really get to see the sky as much. Yeah, I don't think it's really a game changer. I don't think it changes much of the fabric of Pikmin. But yeah, this is just a bona fide garden. We've got the water spout, we've got those gemstones I keep seeing, we've got a pair of binoculars there. Um, it's cute. I like it. We have a marked spectral lid in the distance there, that butterfly on the yellow pellet posy. We have a bridge here that looks like it was built using fragments, much like Pikmin 3, where instead of rolling out the bridge, you actually build the bridge from pieces of broken clay. So that's cool. That's returning. We have a that's really cute. We have a fucking elephant in the background here, like a toy elephant slide thing. I really like that. It could be a one of those watering cans. I'm trying to get the scope of everything. I don't know if that's too large to be a watering can or too. I think it's the right size because Pikmin are about the size of a quarter, so it fits. We have cherry blossoms. Looks like some sort of playground in the background there. I like that. This wall breaks and the gemstones pop out. What? I'm trying to figure out. It looks like the objective of this game is money, similar to Pikmin 2, because it looks like they're collecting treasure in this game instead of fruit to feed their planet. So the stakes might be lower in this game, which I don't really mind. Red Pikmin are still fire resistant. Climbing is back. I'm not sure what made this wall climbable. It looks like it's unclimbable and then it glows and then it changes into a climbable wall. I don't know if that's something that Pikmin need to work on, like time management wise. Probably. But the captain and the Pikmin can climb it. That's pretty nice. Also, okay, so what the hell is that thing in the background there? On the left, that creature. It looks like, first of all, it has like Pingu's snout, the penguin. He's newt-newting all over the place. Um, I can't imagine what attack patterns he might have. He kind of looks like he would suck the Pikmin up in like an air vortex kind of thing, but I don't know. Maybe it breathes some kind of elemental. I don't know. It looks like fuzz on his back. At first I thought it was stone, but looking closer it looks more fuzzy than like a carapace of some sort. So I'm sure any Pikmin could take him out. In the background we've got more of the terrain, more breakable. This all looks like the same level, which is interesting. I wonder how many levels are going to be in this game. Here we've got the binoculars they're collecting. It's sparkling. New treasure collected, alright. It's probably worth some Pokos. Ice Pikmin, our first look at a new Pikmin. His design is a step in the right direction. Because in Pikmin 3, I thought the rock Pikmin were a step in the wrong direction, where it's literally just a rock with arms and legs. This guy looks more like a mix of the original Pikmin and the rock Pikmin. He's rocky looking, but he's still, like, person shaped, which I'm happy about. He's got some personality too. He's skating around a bit. Their flowers are yellow, which matches the theme of the series so far, that the new Pikmin flowers will match the color of the logo. Pikmin 1 was white flowers, Pikmin 2 was pink flowers, Pikmin 3 was purple. Now we've got yellow. Like most good Pikmin designs, they have combat use and environment use. Here we can see they can freeze enemies in their tracks. And here we can see they can freeze water for you to walk across. And I've seen a lot of people saying this renders blue Pikmin useless, because now you can just cross water hazards without the need of the blue Pikmin. But it's like, you can see this very clip that's not foolproof. You're not going to be able to get those gems in the middle. They're frozen in place. You're going to need the blue Pikmin to collect those. They have to go in the water. Pikmin 3 introduced underwater exclusive areas anyway, so freezing the surface of the water isn't going to help that much. You still need to enter the water and go underwater. Um, so that's my thoughts on the whole thing about Ice Pikmin rendering Blue Pikmin useless. Blue Pikmin are still going to have use. It's not enough to walk on water, you gotta go under it. And here's the most controversial addition to the game, Ochi. He is looks like a bread bug sort of indigenous life form that is actually friendly. You can use them to break these pots. Looks like you can take direct control of him. Because this doesn't look like you're commanding him. This looks like you're controlling him in this scene here. The camera's following him and everything. And it looks like he has a strength of 10 Pikmin. He's pulling that thing on its own. And the fact that the numbers turned yellow makes me believe he's going to bring it to the onion and sprout yellow Pikmin. It's probably like the purple Pikmin in Pikmin 2, where they didn't have their own onion. Ochi obviously won't have an onion. He's not even a Pikmin. So he's just going to help out the other Pikmin, it would seem. Over there we have a pumpkin-looking thing, and it is sparkling, much like the binoculars were sparkling earlier on in the video, so I'm sure that's treasure. That'll be worth some Pokos. Here's an interesting thing. Interesting. There's a red circle of gems there that would mark where an onion lands, but it's not there. I wonder if this game is taking an open world approach, and instead of choosing levels to land in, it's just one big world, and you can move the onion between different spawn points. That's interesting. Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but maybe that's how this game is going to work. Instead of picking an area, you pick a landing spot within the world, you know? Alright, here we have a good look at the group here. Uh, we have Shepherd. Is it Shepherd? I don't think you make the F noise with that name anyway. Um, I'm assuming it's a woman. So she's kind of cool looking. I do love the battle scarf around the head as well as the warrior markings underneath her eyes. That's funny to me. I really like that a lot. She's probably the bravest of the group, I would imagine. Over on her right, we have this dorky Astro Boy looking guy. His name is Colin, I believe we'll find out later. Interesting design. He's got the rosy red cheeks. I like him. I like his green eyes. He's got like a Pinocchio kind of nose. He There's really not much we can say about their personalities. We're not really getting a look at that. But yeah, and then next to them we've got this bald dude with like glasses. I'm assuming those are spectacles of some sort. He seems what can we say about this guy just by looking at him? I really couldn't say. He's got an inquisitive stance. I'm sure he's gonna be fascinated by the life on PNF 404. So, I mean, that's cool. And the Pikmin get along with Ochi. That's good to see. They seem to be friendly. I noticed Ochi does have a collar on, which is peculiar. I wonder if these captains collared him or if he's found that way. Because that would suggest intelligent life form if a collar just fucking exists. Here we've got, see, that boat is sparkling as well. So that boat on the water is another treasure for sure, along with the binoculars and that pumpkin thing we saw earlier. But look at this. You can jump on the Ochi and just, like, swim in the water. That is so cool. You can bring your Pikmin across and everything. And yeah, Elephant in the Room, we've got the return of Wollywogs, everyone's favorite enemy. Luckily they were nerfed a lot in Pikmin 3, I feel like, so hopefully they stay nerfed. I don't like dealing with them in the other games, that's for sure. The water physics looks great, but that was apparent in Pikmin 3. The way the ripples are created, it's awesome. I love it. This all does look like the same area, just from different perspectives. So they are keeping other areas a secret, it would seem, for now, which is good. You don't want to see everything too soon. Oh wait, go back. Did Ochi have a stamina bar? It kind of looks like Ochi has a stamina bar a little bit. So that's interesting. Maybe he can't swim forever, or he'll get tired or something. I don't know. Or maybe it's not a stamina bar, it's a weight cap. Like you can't put 100 Pikmin on him or he'll be too exhausted to move. I don't know. These are just theories at this point. Here we have what to me looks like a cave from Pikmin 2. Are they bringing caves back? You've got the darker area and you've got the walls that don't go all the way up, so it could be randomly generated more easily. Off in the distance, we have female shear grubs. They're not dangerous. Looks like Ochi can travel underground if this is underground, which is awesome. He'll be helpful to break those pots over there, so that's cool. Good boy, Ochi. You found a castaway. Here's the other thing. Castaways? There's a castaway. Now, what are castaways? I'm assuming people are stranded on this planet and they're emitting SOS signals, much like Louis did in Pikmin 3. It seems like his suit kicked into preservation mode. That's why he's just lying there. Can't really see his face, whoever this might be. If we rewind a bit, we'll see. At first, I thought that was a bomb logo, but it's a castaway logo. It looks like Ochi can sniff out when another captain is nearby. So, I don't know if this is the main objective or a side objective to collecting treasures, but looks like you can rescue people. That's pretty sick. Who knows who they are? It seems like the planet PNF 404 is becoming more and more popular with the interstellar travel, so it's not as uncharted as it once was back in Pikmin 1, that's for sure. And I'm sure you carry them back to base and you help them out. In the background here, in the background here, that drain that's kind of sending a pillar of light upward, that looks to be this game's version of the geysers from Pikmin 2, where you can escape the underground area by riding an air current upward. We'll see that later on in this trailer. But this, to me, this proves that caves are back. Whether they're going to be the same level as Pikmin 2, who's to say? Who knows if it'll be randomly generated or static every time you play the game? Who knows? There's Colin. We've got confirmation of his name. He's got a weird, like, twister hair thing going on here. He also has a face that reminds me of Charlie's. It's just the kind of, like, pug-like looking face, you know? It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Here we have a boss, an enemy that we're all too familiar with. This is definitely a new Arachnorb. The four-legged spiders that are pretty iconic for the series. This guy's got a disco ball for a head, though. That's pretty crazy. And there's some debate about what's hanging all over his legs here. Some people think it's bone marrow and tendons. I think it might be wires. Which wouldn't be that weird because we have had half biological, half machine enemies in Pikmin before. So this guy seems like one of those. Just kind of like a bio. What's the word I'm looking for? Oh man, the name eludes me, but it's just a mutual relationship between machine and animal. So that's pretty cool. Also, the yellow Pikmin look like they're being poisoned right now. So it does look like the poison hazard is returning. Even though the poison hazard was in Pikmin 3 for like a split second with the Behemoth Fozbat battle, so who knows like how extensive the poison hazard will be in this game. But yeah, this definitely looks like an underground area, or it's nighttime. All I know is there's a lack of sunlight, but it does seem like a nighttime exploration is available in this game for the first time ever, so that's pretty exciting. Here we have, ugh, yeah, paused it kind of an unsightly moment, but this is the return of the Empress Ballblacks, the mother matriarch of the Bulborbs. She'll take on this role when needed to repopulate, and they'll squirt out these these little larvae. They're cute, but they're deadly because they'll just kamikaze. They'll kill a Pikmin no matter what if they reach them. Even if you kill them first, they'll take out a Pikmin with them. So you gotta be really careful with these guys. And there she goes, rolling, killing everything in sight, both her children and the Pikmin alike, which is pretty nuts if you ask me. Looks like Ochi will be helpful in combat. Keep your Pikmin more organized, more tightly together. Uh, I wonder if you can freeze the boss if you get enough of the ice Pikmin on it, though. That would be pretty cool to see. Here we see the air vent being used to escape the cave, like I mentioned earlier. And is that the end? It's almost the end. This makes no sense to me. They go in the pod and then take off, leaving the other three behind? This is so unusual because the whole thing about Pikmin is that you can't spend the night on the planet. It's too dangerous, so you have to take off into the atmosphere every single night to seclude yourself from danger. But it looks like only one of them goes up into the night sky, and then the rest stay at the larger ship alone without any Pikmin? Because the Pikmin Onion is lifting off too. So maybe there's a research team down below that does something. I don't know. It's very strange that the crew splits at nighttime. That's all I'm going to say. And there's the title screen. You got one more scene after this, one that got a lot of people hyped. Literally, the first time we're seeing the planet's surface at night. There seem to be these glowing little globules everywhere. They kind of look like Starbits from Super Mario Galaxy. I don't know if that's to light the way. I don't know if they're collectibles and they power your light source. Maybe you run out over time if you don't collect enough, and then you'll just be in the darkness and vulnerable. I don't know. It's a new game mode, that's for sure. Then there's this. What the fuck is happening here? The Bulborb's eyes glow red. That doesn't look natural to me. I don't know if it's under mind control or if this is just how they look at night because they are night predators, so maybe it helps them see in the darkness. I don't know. But it's kind of freaky looking. I wonder if it's going to be stealth like. I wonder if the idea of nighttime gameplay is not to fight your way through enemies, but to avoid them. Because tell me this doesn't look video gamey to you. Like, imagine the Bulborb sees you, and then the panic music plays, and the eyes turn red, and he just hunts you down. Like, doesn't that seem like you failed to be, um, doesn't it seem like you failed to be, what the fuck is the word I'm looking for? Stealth? Right? Like you were spotted, and then the fucking alarms go off, and he just charges at you. I don't know. But yeah, that'll conclude the video. We've got 7/21, 2023. Some people are going so far as to say that the numbers turning green here is a hint that we're getting green Pikmin, which would be awesome because green is my favorite color, and we haven't had a green Pikmin yet. Maybe they'll light the way at night. Maybe they're bioluminescent. I feel like that's a natural direction to take Pikmin, one that can glow in the dark, right? But yeah, I don't know. These are just theories. There's not much to go off of, but it is still a fun video for me to make. And thank you guys for watching. And I hope you enjoyed listening to this. If anyone did, I did this more for myself. I am the person in my friend group that likes Pikmin the most, I would say. So yeah, if you watch this, thank you. If not, this was still fun to make. And yeah, I'll see you in whatever video I decide to post next. Take care.